Hi guys, and welcome to this channel. My name is Tess. I'm a Kenyan, and in this channel we're going to be sharing all about experiences living abroad, studying abroad. I'm gonna be sharing with you guys all the experiences that I have been through in this country. So I'm currently living in Germany, but before coming here I was studying and living in Italy. So I thought of starting to document my journey through these countries and how I'm figuring out my ways through these countries. So I thought I'd document my journey because probably my experiences might be of help to somebody who is also maybe planning to come live abroad or study abroad as well. So I just thought of starting to document my journey, my experiences, and all the things that it entails as a foreigner living abroad. So I moved to Italy from Kenya immediately after high school, and that is because I gained admission in a university in Italy, and I was fortunate enough to gain admission in 2 universities. So my sister was also studying in Italy. She was there before me, and she helped me do applications in different universities. So I was fortunate enough to gain admission in Polytechnic of Milan and Polytechnic of Torino. So Milan, for most people, they know about Milan. It's a city in the northern side of Italy, as well as Torino as well is also another city in the northern part of Italy. So they are not far from each other. They are like 2 hours away from each other. But I chose Polytechnic of Torino because it was closer to where my sister was. So for me it was easier being closer to my sister since it's a foreign country altogether. So I gained admission there. I went there, and fortunate enough I was also lucky to get a scholarship as well. So I was there for about 2 years, and having studied in Kenya and going to Italy to study courses in engineering. So polytechnic schools or universities, they are mainly all about technical courses, engineering courses, architecture courses. So I gained admission with a course. It was called engineering and management. So I have never had a background in engineering, and whatever I did in high school was not much of physics, and it wasn't much of technical courses. So being in Kenya and going to Italy, the study system was completely different. I came to encounter some mathematics called analysis, and the mathematics in Kenya was pretty different from what I did in Torino. So I really had a hard time coping and adjusting to the new learning system, because if you honestly did not study in Europe and just going to do engineering there, it was pretty difficult for me. So I really had a hard time. I stayed there for about 2 years struggling to pass my exams, and I ended up passing 3 exams in 2 years in that polytechnic school. So I was really frustrated because at the end engineering wasn't really my thing, and it was super difficult for me. So I decided it's either I change university or I'm going back home, because I cannot continue to live like this. I was studying, not passing my exams. I was frustrated. I had even lost my scholarship because for you to maintain your scholarship, you have to attain certain credits, or you have to pass certain exams in order for you to renew your scholarship for the next year. So it started become really hard. So I was I decided to just try and look for other universities, because going back home was not the option. So going back home, it's either you also try and look for something else, or you can just go back home and do nothing. So I decided to start looking for other universities in Italy, and fortunately I was able to find a university in another city called Ancona, and that where it was more of science courses. So in high school, growing up, I actually did love biology, so I found a course in biotechnology, and I was like, yeah, let me give it a shot, because biology, I loved biology, and I didn't think it will be something that I will really struggle with. So I decided to go there and try and do biotechnology. So biotechnology was the course that I found. And I didn't mention to you guys, so some of the universities in Italy, they do offer like English courses. So not all courses are in, most courses are actually in Italian, but you find that some universities actually do offer some courses in English. So fortunately, this course was also, all the courses like I gained admission in were in English, because I couldn't speak Italian by then, and I cannot like, you cannot apply for an Italian course if you do not know the language. So these courses were all in English, fortunately. So I went to the school and I started doing the biotechnology, and like from doing the course, I really loved it, because I love biology. I love studying the human body. Everything just to do with biology was really, really interesting for me. And fortunately, it all worked out for me. I was able to graduate with the bachelor courses, and also after I decided to like apply for a master's courses in the same university. So since I like the biology part, but the biotechnology, if you know, it's more of a research part, like you're more in the lab doing more of the research part, but I didn't really like much part about being in the lab. So I decided to switch more to the nutrition part. So I decided to go more on the nutrition side. So I did a master's in nutrition and functional food, which I love. I love nutrition. I love taking care of everything to do with health and wellness. I really love. So it was like a win-win situation for me, going deeper into studying nutrition, studying the human body, studying how you can be able to take care of yourself. And if you actually no, I have another channel, Test NutriFit, where I talk all about the nutrition, health and wellness tips, so you can check that out. I share everything to do with health and wellness, so you can check out my other channel. So yeah, I was also able to graduate there with a master's in nutrition and functional food. And yeah, my experience in general in that university was super good. So me being able to study in these two universities, I was able to study with a scholarship. So in Italy, let me talk about my general experience like studying in Italy as a foreigner. So first of all, gaining admission is not that difficult, especially like if you have somebody in Italy who can be able to help you do admissions to the universities, especially if you're in Africa and you're not able to like really have contact with the universities. Like if you have someone in Italy who is able to help you do like applications to these universities, it can make work really easy for you. So I was lucky enough, because with the first university, my sister was in Italy, so she helped me do the applications. But with the second university, since I was in Italy already, I already somehow knew the system, and I knew how to go about the applications, so it wasn't as difficult as such. So you can also do what we call transfer from university to university, and that was what I did. Since it's in the same country, you do like a transfer from university to university, and that, in my case, that is what I did. Then we have so for the scholarship part as well, comparing to other European countries, I can say that Italy is also not so difficult finding scholarships as well, especially during my time when I went a few years ago. It wasn't as difficult as such. So for you to apply for scholarship in Italy, we have what we call like this document they require, the family declaration. It's more of like your family's income, and then with that you take it to more of a tax office where they calculate what we call ISEE. It's like a tax where they tend to calculate all the income for your family, like yearly, how much your family earns. So there's a certain amount of money. If you surpass that amount, then you cannot get the scholarship. But if your family is earning less than that amount, then you do qualify for you to get a scholarship. So in every university, so there are different regions in Italy, and in each university, based on the region the university is in, there are what we call scholarship boards, and these scholarship boards are the ones that give scholarships to students now. So as a foreign, most times you find that foreigners do tend to get scholarship because mostly their family incomes are usually very low. So they tend to like get scholarships easily. So with that, after you've gained admission to the university, you can apply for the scholarships, and if you're fortunate enough, you get the scholarship. So it all depends with the university you are going to, the region you are going, and it all depends with the laws of that scholarship board. But if you have people who can help you, then it's usually not as difficult as such applying for scholarships. So this family declaration form, you get it from your country, you prepare it from your country back home, and then you somehow legalize it in your Italian embassy in the country you're in. And then once you come with that document, you go to an office called CAF. They make the ISEE for you, and with that ISEE, now you can be able to apply for the scholarship. So yeah, that is the part of the scholarship. So in terms of the study experience, in general, it wasn't so in my first the universities I gained admission first, it was really difficult, and I really didn't like the experience, even with the professors. It's because it's a big university, so even professors didn't really have time for students. So I really hated my experience in that university. I didn't like it at all. But with my second university, it was super nice. Like, it was more of a smaller university, and the professors were really nice. They had time for students. Like, I enjoyed my time there. I enjoyed studying there. So studies overall in Italy are more of like you really do a lot of theory. You have to read a lot. You do a lot of theory. The practical part is really little. Like, I can say that is one of the disadvantages about studying in Italy, is that there is very little practical you are doing, especially in my universities I went to. For the biology part, yes, we had like labs here and there, but as a biology student, you expect that you really do lots of practicals, but there are very minimal practicals you do. So like, that is the part I really didn't like about studying in Italy. You really do little practicals and more of theory. But for the theory part, like, the Italian universities are really good at the theory part. So in terms of exams, we have written exams as well as what we call oral exams. So you do like a face-to-face oral exams with your professors, and those are many, like, one of the form in which you find Italian universities do the exams. So oral exams or written exams, but some places also you do have like practical exams, but it's more of written and oral exams. But yeah, in terms of your final projects, the university I did, since it's more of a biology related course, so we had to do like projects in the lab, where you have a project in your laboratory, you do you get results, and that is what you're going to present at your final stage in your like final project, or we call it your final thesis. for you to have your graduation. Then for graduations, they're really not as much as how I know the African universities do their graduation. So in Italy, it's based on like whenever you finish your exams, whenever you finish your project. So their graduation dates they set like within the year. So depending on where you finish your exams, then that is where you can like be able to submit everything, and they set the graduation date for you. So yeah, they are pretty simple graduations. You go, you present your project, and they give you the final mark, and that's it, you've graduated. So yeah, overall my experience studying in Italy wasn't bad in terms of like as a foreigner studying. So definitely there are challenges you will face as a foreigner, especially when you meet certain professors who are somehow racist. So as a foreigner, you tend to like work extra hard because you need to always prove yourself to the professors. So not all are bad, but you find that there are certain professors that you somehow need to prove yourself much as a foreigner. So yeah, that is my experience studying in Italy. So that is it for this video, guys. Yeah, that is my experience living and studying in Italy, but I'll do more videos about my experiences studying in Italy. Please, if you have any questions, just leave it in the comment section, and I'll try to answer the questions in my next coming videos. So yeah, guys, please subscribe, like, share, comment, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.